And we're back. Welcome to the TheDarkStream, Vintage Night with the Dark Council.
Hello, hello.
Howdy.
Let's start with what we got here. We've got Rug Oath laid out for everyone to take a look. Darth Camgentace, you want to walk us through the choices?
Yeah, okay. Where to begin? I think this is probably the beginning of the deck is the full complement of force of counter things. The more we were playing with it, the better it was, especially protection against opponents just going crazy on their turn one. This is a deck that's really easy to fill with blue cards, which is part of why we got the preordains, is blue cards for these, but also preordain digs and helps us find the oaths. I guess stuff that seems to be in like every list that took some thinking was Time Walk has been in and out, and Mental Misstep has been in and out. Time Walk, ultimately, I wound up wanting to keep because of this. I've got one main deck, Energy Flux, because Shops is like, you've got to take that matchup super seriously. And there's three more on the board. So a big part of why Time Walk is here is just to be able to drop an Energy Flux on turn, 2 or accelerated turn 1 kind of thing, maybe with a Mox or whatever to get ahead of Shops and win the game, because like that deck is hella resilient. It's going to get boarded out a lot, but that's okay with some of these blue cards, like the one Flux, the one Jace, the one Narset, the Time Walk, and the Mental Misstep are the most boarded out cards. And if they're less useful in the main deck, that's fine, because we're pitching to counter a lot of cards every game. There's no Ponder, because I think Preordain is just better. Or any of the other restricted options. Since Ponder lets you look at 3, but if you don't like what's there, you've got to shuffle so it randomizes, versus Preordain is going to get you 3 deep by the end of it if it needs to, but it gets 2 that you don't want out of the way. Which is also important because we're playing 24 lands, and then on top of that, these Moxes and Lotus. Part of that's because a lot of these lands are spells. Like the Wastelands, the Strip Mine, the Boseiju, kind of the Forbidden Orchard. Of course, the timing with fetch lands matters with stuff like Brainstorm and Jace, and with getting sometimes your Oath targets back in. For Oath targets, we're 2 Emissaries and then the 1 Blessing to make sure we don't get boned. So we tried a variety. We tried the Niv Mizzet Gristlebrand, and that's fine, but it wasn't as good as Emrakul, which let us cut the Blessing, but that wasn't a definitive enough win against enough decks. So the conclusion I'm at right now is that pick a series of decks to try and beat with the main, and emphasize the series for the board. So in the board, we're going to swap for Ionas in some matchups. But this is going to beat anything trying to get there with like damage or a specific type of permanent, like it'll stop Charbelcher too. And then we got 6 different Planeswalkers, 8 copies. It started off with not a lot of variety. I think it was like 4 Okos and some Ren and 6s, and then like 1 Narset because it's great. But there's a lot of game states where you want more than 1 Planeswalker in play, you want different options, and these are all kind of like card advantage split cards, because we're going to lose a lot of card advantage in doing all of our pitch counters. So we make it up in the games where like we don't just Oath and win, which is actually a lot of them. Sometimes you just Oath and win, but a lot of them you got to kind of like fight the mid game for a while and play sort of a control game with your counters and your land destruction, and these let you make up for the card advantage you're losing. And sideboard, as it stands, is 2 Pyroblast, 1 Veil of Summer, 3 Energy Flux, 2 Mindbreak Trap, 4 Ravenous Trap, 2 Iona, 1 Emrakul. The Emrakul's there for the decks that are going to try and stone brain you.
Hey, what up, Star Trace? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
So that you don't auto lose to a stone brain that comes down like right after you put your Oath into play.
Sure.
Again, noting Stonebrain still doesn't work on Arena.
Yeah, there is.
Just want to keep pointing that out.
Does it work after the update they just broke the whole system with?
I have not looked since the update a few minutes ago. Let's see if they fixed it. My bet is no. That's no.
We'll have an update on that one probably by tomorrow's stream. But
I'll know tonight. I'm gonna test it out.
Wasn't that like a promo card too? Like,
Probably.
turns out the person who programmed it had the stone brain. You know?
Someone?
I'm astounded how long it's like. Aren't we already seeing previews for a new set?
Yes.
And they haven't even fucking fixed the current set on Arena yet.
Star Trace is saying it's fixed for him. So.
Okay, good, good.
All right, fair enough, Star Trace. Good to hear. Good to hear. Well, that gives me some hope because I would like to play that card.
It was still dead on Sunday. Was last I remember, and I was just man.
Yeah, that was a real bummer when you were trying to stone brain and then you just lost. It just times you right out back on Sunday.
And then I've got to retest it to see if it works. And you know what happens again then?
Yeah.
I gotta know.
Yeah, there's that. You just throw 4 in the main and go unranked and give it a shot and see what happens.
No, I just pick a deck I want to play that has them.
Sounds about right. All right, so what do we have for round 1 here, gents?
We are gonna open this up. I'm gonna do some Vengevine Hollow 1 deck. Whatever, Dredgevine, is that what it's called now? I don't even know.
Hogaak Vine.
Hogaak Vine, there we go. Hogaak.
The Hoagie
The Gak
Vine.
Gak.
The Gak. Vine Gak.
It looks like Star Trace actually bumped into you on Arena last Saturday.
Oh, shit.
Nice. Well done, Star Trace. I hope you won.
I hope you did too. I was probably playing something horrible. I can imagine what I was doing. I was probably me on doing more Angels.
Yeah, you were on an Angels kick before Rending Volley came back.
Well, it's dead as soon as this thing drops, so I'm getting in some fun with it.
I know, I already got 2 decks with 4 Rending Volley in the sideboard. Like,
Yeah.
nope, we're done with this shit. Angels, Greasefang, Spirits, humans, get fucked. Alright, so game 1. Good old Hoagie Vine rolling strong
Oh yeah, I got a high roll of 6.
and Rug Oath.
You got a high roll of 7.
I'm just a little
A
higher.
little higher.
Star Trace says you were playing Angels and you lost. People are big sad. Alright. Good old Angels.
Here we go.
Oh my.
Dude, man, Angels is such a fun deck to play, but
Yeah, because
go.
you don't have to think. You just keep casting Angels till you win or lose.
Let's see. All right. Speaking of thinking of what I do, whether I win or lose, this is not a viable hand. It does not have Bizarre.
Yeah, that's step 1 with that deck, yeah.
No, I can't remember. Does this version have the serum powders in it, or is this is a non-serum powder version?
Non-serum powder because you have regular lands that allow you to
Okay.
play a fair game if you don't get the Bizarre hand. So you don't have to mold a Bizarre, but you do need at least a playable hand.
I wasn't sure if this was the fair or not. This does not have cradles.
No.
Please note that. It plays lands, but for some reason doesn't play the good land.
Yeah, it's going to get some updates here once we get the next order in. But in the meantime, this is still a version a lot of people play, and I'm curious, you know, how much pressure can it put on Oath? I mean, this is a deck that hypothetically Oath should be just wiping the floor with because of Serra's Emissary being in the main now. And Serra,
Unless you go off turn 1,
yeah, I mean there is that.
which this deck's just trying to do.
All right. There's that. But if it doesn't go nuts, Serra Emissary, I believe, is just a hard block for Hogaak Vine in the current configuration.
Oh shoot, I forgot to look to see if any of these hands had Once Upon a Time.
That is a thing. That is a thing.
I just realized,
That's fine. You keep mulling. I kept kind of a sketcher.
okay, I'm going down to 5 on this one.
Now, welcome to Vintage, where a lot of hands are kind of sketchy.
Okay, so we'll pitch 1, 2, and we're at our 5. We're happy with dancing on that.
At least mulliganing in
Okay.
Vintage doesn't feel as bad as it does in some of the other formats.
Draw for my turn, because I can't just start with any cool dredge cards in the graveyard. And we'll get this party started the right way. Drawing 2. 1, 2. Alright, and we gotta discard 3 cards down. Let's go ahead and discard Vengevine, Vascular Walla, and Verdant Catacombs. Trigger on for there. It's my first one. And my second one's my hollow one for free, so there's my Vengevine.
And there goes Hogaak Vine. What's up, Sharpie Marker?
I'll pass
Fucking
you.
counter the hollow
Okay,
one.
no following. Well, I still got 2 out of it on the turn 1, so I will pass the turn to you after that. I'm expecting a Wasteland or a
Haste.
Strip Mine here. Oh yeah, I get to for you, even better.
15.
So we got 15 to 20, is it?
Yes, I'm currently 20.
All right, I think you just win this game, actually.
Oh, did I get right already? Oh, harsh.
Right, like this hand just got...
Force and to double force.
Yeah. This hand kind of started like this and land, and then it just gave me land.
Which, not bad against a lot of the field. Not
right.
good against this particular one.
All right.
So that's game 1.
On to the sideboard.
Yep. We'll, or do we want to do another game 1 and then move to side, or do we just want to do the matches straight up like that? I wasn't sure which we were going with.
Up to you guys. If we're running the gauntlet, then we just run BO3. If we're running less of the gauntlet, more of a particular matchup, then we do 5 pre, 5 post usually. So, up to you guys. How you feeling?
Let's see. What would I want there? Those. That's it.
You bring in traps. I will bring in. Nope. I'll bring in a couple Pyroblasts and a Boseiju, maybe. Maybe a Boseiju. Yeah, probably the Boseiju. What do we ditch in this situation? What's not good? Yeah, I don't like Force of Vigor against you. That is not a terribly exciting card. Although it is, because then it kills Oath.
And if you do it on their turn, Force Negation, not so great.
So I guess I keep that. Maybe do I even sideboard anything? That's a crazy matchup. This is tough to decide, actually. Okay, I can definitely get rid of a Hoagie. They're not as impressive.
Oh, wait, I'd keep the misstep.
There's 4. Yeah, Hoagies seem like actually a fairly weak link against that deck, so I might even pull out 3 of the 4 Hogaaks for these 3 cards because it's just a little bit better.
What 3 are you pulling in here?
I think I'm going to bring in Pyroblast, and Boseiju for the second Boseiju in the deck. I think it's the second.
Should be, yeah.
Okay. For pulling out 3 Hogaaks because, yeah, they're just not as good against an Oath type deck.
That makes sense.
I'm not guaranteed to actually destroy Oath when it hits. But I'll try hard to.
I'm taking out 3 Planeswalkers in the Energy Flux for all the Ravenous Traps.
Your Flux can kill my Hollow one. I'm not going to pay. It's a match I can feel slightly good about because there is no Tabernacle or Pendervale to worry about turn 1. So that is always encouraging.
Actually, that killing Hollow one might make it more useful than like Oko.
Oko's a bit slow against this deck.
Yeah, I don't think Oko's. I think you're right. Actually, Energy Flux is probably a better card than Oko in here.
What are we looking at Flux to handle in this matchup?
Kills Hollow one.
Literally just so I can't pay for
That's
Hollow
all.
one.
Okay.
It's a kind of removal spell there, whereas Oko is like, I can make you a 3/3 instead of a 4/4. Or I can make a food and then wait a turn before I'm dead.
It's too slow. It's too slow. Energy Flux does something.
Fair enough.
Probably do what Oko's gonna do. It's throw away the Force of Will. Just
Almost certainly. But you could have the start that's like double, triple Hollow one, and then it would look really, really smart.
Oh man, that would look hilarious. Just look at that blowout.
Game 2, what are you doing?
It's the kind of blowout you really just want to see all the time. Really demonstrate to people the skill of magic of anticipatory actions. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll keep. And it's your play, good sir.
I'm gonna mull.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody on the board, so come on, let's ride.
And now we get a DMCA strike.
Hey, no, you're allowed to sing anything you want. I know that.
Tell it to the robots.
The robots can't identify that yet.
If I sound enough like Lou Bega doing that, you know what?
Put the DMCA strike. Just print it out. Put it up. Frame it.
Robots think I'm Lou Bega. What up?
Smoke this, robots.
That should be my new goal. I'll do some makeup and try to look more like some various people I can sing like. If I get a wig, I could do some Beck. I can do a Devil's Haircut pretty good.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Put a little fake beard on. Oh, I'd have to like tuck this in. Then I could do some Scott Weiland, get some STP in.
Go ahead.
Draw for my turn. I will begin my turn with everyone's favorite move in the world. Bizarre. How bizarre. Tap my Bizarre to draw 2 cards. 1 and 2. And then begin my discard plan. My discard plan will be a quite complicated one that will involve a Basking Rootwalla,
Vomit.
another Basking Rootwalla, and a Blazing Rootwalla. I'll put those all into play. Off the triple, I will then hollow one.
I'm going to respond to Hollow One with Brainstorm.
Very well, very well. My Bazaar was Ancestral Recall and cast 4 creatures for free.
It does feel filthy when you get to do this with the Hoagie Vine.
Hoagies and grinders, hoagies and grinders.
Are they just 1/1s? Sure, but there are 3 of them already.
All right, that's acceptable.
Though the root wall is, if I get just 1 red source in play, is pumpable.
Yeah, there's that.
Should turn to you.
Wrath of God.
Oath go.
Well, it was fun while it lasted, eh?
Vigorously forced that.
No.
It's okay, we had to try for it. We had to try.
19.
We had to try to forcefully vigor that. Alright, draw for my turn. Drawer. I draw drawings. Let's see. Aren't we entirely locked out of the game next
Unless
turn?
you can get rid of the Oath, yes.
Yes, and this deck does not have any answers to the angel who's just pro creatures, I don't believe.
Correct.
So, that would be game. I cannot kill you in 1 turn.
Alright. And on to game 3 we go. Oath goes to Serra Emissary on Darth Camgentace's next turn, and that locks out Hoagie Vine, which is why we are moving to game 3. Because you just named creature with Serra's Emissary, and that is as far as it goes.
Yeah, I really want to have... Man, I want something cool in here, but I know it would just be... That situation doesn't occur enough to be a thing. I think Oath is about 4% of the vintage field.
It is, and most of them don't look like this.
Yeah, they're mostly
This is a pretty bespoke
I think
list.
most of the ones do have the Serras on the sideboard, though.
Many of them have it on the board.
Yeah, so you got a 4% on the field that where this deck is going to come up, but usually games 2 and 3 where that's going to be a factor. And
A great deal don't have them on the board, though.
really,
Yeah, a great deal are just Gristlebrand Nymph Mizzet against everybody, no matter what.
you know, in a world full of shop decks, Revokers, and Pithing Needles, and all that stuff, that seems like not the greatest choice.
That's what I thought, yeah. Like, that was step 1 for me in designing this version of the build, is like, it has to have a strong shops matchup.
I think having a strong matchup, by default against shops, you're going to generally have a strong matchup against these type decks as well, and it's a good way to skew at the beginning, and then you're already then you got the 8 forces in there, so it's really a better both worlds. I'm wondering how that deck would play against a horribly fair deck, like your Hate Bears thing. They're like, yeah, I just have 16 Artifact Destruction main or something, and Enchantment Destruction, and all this crap.
I'll take a gander at it shortly.
Well, I haven't seen many of those being played, unfortunately, because most folks are running the White Initiative deck, which is just weird into it.
Sounds racist.
You mean white privilege dungeon?
All right. This is. Whew. Yeah, this is a hand I'll keep. This is what I'm gonna play. We'll get this party started, as I haven't done anything, with a Once Upon a Time. Does that resolve?
Sure does.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I think it's 7.
No, it's just top 5.
Oh, just top 5, okay.
It's not that ridiculous, but it's still pretty ridiculous. Wow. So.
And here we are, game 3. Hogaak Vine and Rug Oath 1 and 1.
Put 1 into my hand and the rest in the bottom. That's the tough part. So I'm gonna put this here Wasteland into my hand because I don't like you casting things.
What ifs?
In a random order.
This is also the first game where Hogaak Vine is on the play, if I remember correctly.
That is correct. All right, so we start the party off right with a Bazaar. Draw 2, and then we'll discard 3. That 3 will be Blazing Rootwalla, Basking Rootwalla, and we will discard a Wooded Foothills.
Okay.
I did not get the super dupers.
We got some little chumps.
Yep, just little buggers. Go ahead. Just little guys.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I figured that was coming.
Go.
Let's start by getting rid of that there
Draw.
engine.
Alright. Catacombs. I'll go 19. Fetch. Interestingly enough, I think I will go with red black.
Ooh la la. Said ooh la la.
See, that's another song. If they caught it up from that one,
Mm-hmm.
you know. All right. Stitcher Supplier.
Sure.
1 to my grave. 2 to my grave. 3 to my grave. That was a weak Stitcher Supplier. I'll get you for 2.
Owie. 18.
Pass the turn. That's. And you do know that I have a Wasteland in here.
Yes, I do. Go ahead.
Let's see, Star Trace asking us if we're going to do anything special for the last stream of the year. It's not for a few more streams for us. We've got a couple weeks left of streaming before we're on to the last stream, I think.
It's rather forward thinking.
I think I'm away next week,
Yeah.
but I believe y'all are here, so.
Yeah, but the last stream of the year could happen literally after Christmas.
I don't know.
So, I don't know. Maybe. The answer's maybe. I'll think of something. Because you brought it up, I'll think of something.
I think we should do something special on it. We'll, it's the inaugural year. There can be,
Swing for 5, 13.
do I do the whole thing naked? Is that a thing?
Topless stream? Finish it off with a topless stream?
Wait, we want to encourage people to come.
You gotta give people what they want.
It's your turn. What people want is they want me to wear rings, apparently. My fingers...
Did you still not wear a ring?
I didn't put any rings on.
Your poor virgin fingers.
I have a ring I can go put on. It has 2 people and a 69 on it. I'm just have a feeling it's not...
Oh, I'm down for that on stream. Yeah.
Pick that up in Spain.
Maybe we'll just have to get some weird-ass costumes for the final one. Like pajama onesie stream or something.
Pajama onesies.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That looks like it's an oath coming down.
That's an oath.
That's an oath.
Go ahead.
That's dangerous.
Well, at least you know the Force of Vigors are where they need to be.
At least 2 of them.
Well, I'm not casting on his turn, so now it doesn't matter. Where any more of them are. Alright, this is just so bad.
I think you just lose.
Yes, I do just lose. I do not have the green source. My search for that was apparently an error. I should have gone with green-black and just not pumped him so they could Boseiju, but I do not have any way out to your lovely Serra. And the Ravenous Trap's not going to do much against me. Ravenous Trap is not terribly good against this deck, is the interesting part.
It's better than what I boarded out.
Yes, it is better, but...
And it'll fucking stop a Vengevine.
Alright, so in this scenario, let's say things have been played slightly differently. You fetch, you get a green source, you Boseiju. There's still 2 oaths.
Still 2 oaths.
That you're going to have to deal with, and your board presence is pretty minimal on dealing damage quickly.
That is correct.
Okay.
I am relying on... my... As you can tell, my Once Upon a Time didn't find me anything cool, and my draws off the Bazaar didn't do much, so... I thought I was in a good place to start with a couple Root Wallas, and so I'm like, okay, that's 2 Root Wallas to start off to any good Bazaar trick. But it did not pick up any of the associated pieces I wanted.
Alright, so Rug Oath picking up some wins in games 2 and 3 to take down Hogaak Vine as we begin the gauntlet. Rug Oath wins 2 and 1 and moves to 1 and 0 in the gauntlet.
Gauntlet.
Next up, what do we have on board here, Darth Zero?
I do believe, let me finish deciphering this, I gotta find a Boseiju. There we go. Next up on board this is going to be, it looks like Doomsday. Doomsday is what I believe I've got set up here.
Interesting.
So Doomsday is running up against Rug Oath for round 2 as we do these hypothetical tournament scenarios, which, I don't know, I like this a lot more than going in-depth on certain matchups as much.
Do that too, but that's when, I've got to brew up something random that we need to play a bunch. I've got to demonstrate that it's bad.
There is that. There's that.
I think I build some excellent legacy decks. It's just I'm trying to build them in vintage.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So are you going to build the White Initiative deck? Is that next on the docket?
I might have to. I just gotta know how. I gotta know why this thing keeps 5-0ing daily events.
Have you considered Privilege? It goes a long way.
Though there is a deck that has excited me to build first, though, and that is the Burgy God of Fortune Telling or something like that, an Experimental Frenzy deck.
Oh, loud.
It's like a Tinker deck, and it's strange. I mean, you wouldn't expect a deck that has 4 Experimental Frenzies to also run 4 Mishra's Workshops, but it does. Its main combo piece is getting a... if you've got a Burgi out and you have the Assembly, whatever reduces all your artifacts by 1,
Sure.
you can set up Turbo Pithing, Needling, and stuff like that. Because you're just generating mana off of casting cards, recasting it from the top of your library over again and set up perfect there. It's just weird bunch of combo stuff stuck together.
So this is an absolute mulligan in the dark. But I'm gonna point out that against shops, this is a turn 1 win.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, if you did some recon, a little scouting, and
Yeah,
you had a
if
tournament.
I knew I was playing round 1 against shops, I'd keep this atrocious hand because it's a turn 1 win.
Yeah.
I also want to point out
Awful hand.
this hand has everything you need to cast the Emissary.
This hand's plan is to cast that card hard. That's what's happening. But alas, I'm gonna rock the suburbs with a little bit of Doomsday. I mean, I guess when Doomsday was rocking like Kansas's and like Superman's home and stuff, would they be?
That Doomsday.
Are they a suburb in the comic books? Because I know in Smallville, the TV series, they're like a suburb metropolis or something. But...
that Doomsday list is sorted, by the way. You may need some extensive shuffling.
I don't believe you. I shuffled a bunch.
Okay.
And by a bunch, I mean I just drew my hand, and it has spells and lands.
Oh, good enough then. Doomsday.
We'll see who's on the kick here. I got a 7 this time. Wow.
Got
One higher than
the
last time.
Above average.
6. We switch positions. I am now the higher. Alright, I'm choosing to keep this hand by yourself.
Let's see. Yeah, I would probably try it. Ship one down. Well, is it that one? Yeah, it's that one.
Alright. Get this party started with everyone's favorite underground sea. C. Pass to you. C4.
Island, go.
Oh, this Slande. Before the new turn, I'm going to go ahead and storm some brains. Any
Whatever.
objection? 2.
Storm
3.
the brains.
Difficult decisions here. Move them back. Draw. And let's start this party off. So, another underground sea. And we'll just pass the turn. Whew, real excitement in this matchup. This is a very... lots of plays, lots of crazy things going on.
Orchard.
Uh-oh.
Give you a creature, cast Oath.
Hold everything. Hold up. We are cool with this party at this time. Let's start this with tapping that for blue. And let's daze your Oath. Is that resolved? Okay.
You have a 1/1.
And I have a blue there as well. I'll use one of my... let's use a flat like that. Little spirit guy. And with my 1 blue, I'm gonna try and assess to recall.
Sure.
Draw 1, draw 2, draw 3. Okay, 3, 6, I have 8 cards in hand. I'll proceed in my turn. Draw. Let's try something fun here. You already know I have this, so let's just throw that underground sea back into play. And play a Black Lotus. Alright, Lotus resolves. I will attack for 1.
19.
Woo! Yes! This is the best clock ever. Pass the turn. I have no more concerns in this game. I am ahead on the clock. It's like Oath again.
Go.
Aha! You dodged it. Alright. In that case, tap, draw. I'll smash for another one because this is exciting.
18.
Turn 3. Preordain?
Yep.
Scry 2. Yes. we'll just leave both of those on top. Draw one. I'm going to cycle Street Wraith for 2. Draw another one. That's just both of my preordained cards I got. And then I will play a Scalding Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you have a full grip, right? Or are you at 6?
5 cards.
5 cards, okay. Yeah, we'll pass to you.
End step will get ein land.
17 more turns. Attack with 1/1s. I hope that I win with that 1/1. I could try to combo, but it's better to avoid the purpose of the deck. You know. Gotta be sneakier than people expect.
So we got kind of a slow roll happening on the Doomsday side of the board.
Well, the cause for this is I could go for something earlier, but I believe I want to craft a hand since he's not mounting any threat against me, wherein I'm not concerned about what's going on.
Sure.
I will Scalding Turn. 17. Everybody likes a good Scalding Turn. And I guess if you draw Wasteland doesn't matter, so I'll just get another Underground Sea.
Is there even a basic in that deck?
I think there is one basic in here. I have to double check.
There's a snow-covered island.
There's a snow-covered... a snow-covered island. No, I found one island in here. I didn't even see a snow-covered one.
Oh, I might have taken the snow-covered and put the regular one in instead. I'm still not entirely certain why everybody was running snow-covered.
To be smartasses. That's why.
To be smart.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's an interaction in Vintage that matters on that front, but...
Unless you're playing Gifts Ungiven and multiple islands, no.
How many guys Blessing does this list play?
1 in the sideboard. Why?
Because there's one there and one in the main. I just noticed it while shuffling.
But I have 1 more than I thought I did. Interesting. Oh, maybe it does run. I mean, I don't know. I shifted it to whatever the latest list was, so perhaps it was 1 and 1.
Yeah, I didn't have anything more at the end of turn there. Wait, yeah, I did. What am I talking about? I have to do the thing to do the thing to do the thing. So that's tapped. Vampiric Tutor.
What else?
Down 15. I can get any card I want. I'll do anything that I think's good. Dun dun. Okay, so that's on top. Now I'm proceeding to my turn. Draw our drawings. Got my massive grip here of 7. The angriest one ever will attack.
16.
Yes. I will now follow up the angriest one ever by beginning into the Tirade of Fun. Tap for black. Dark Ritual. Does that resolve?
Resolves.
Okay, so I have 3 black metal right now. Tap for blue and blue.
Yep.
I'm gonna gush.
Gross.
Turn those. Any objections?
Go for it.
Draw 1, draw 2. Okay. So with my 3 black that I have sitting there, let's see. Yep.
Is this the moment?
Well, Doomsday.
Force of Negation.
Force of Negation. Hate that card. I will respond to your Force Negation by going with a Force of the Will. Get rid of a mental misstep.
Ooh.
Resolve them, and then Force of Will.
Just Force of Willing again?
Yeah.
So odd.
Yet another Force of Will.
Yeah, we'll go through Force of Will and dig through time.
4 forces played right here.
Resolves.
All right, let's get this hot Doomsday action going on.
And Doomsday is off to the races.
Unfortunately, I have been put into the position where I do not just get to win this turn due to utilizing so many of my resources. So you get a turn. You are going to get yourself a turn. 1,
see, what's your life total going into this?
Oh, it'll be halved down to that, so my 13 will go down to 7. Or
Round-
6, sorry.
I was gonna say, rounds down, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm mathing.
Do your street wraith math.
Don't mess with me. I can
One crack from an emissary. That's what I'm hearing.
I
Right.
can has cheeseburger. The difficult part about this being, I have to make a proper pile because I already cast my ancestral. Wait, no, it's library and graveyard. Oh wait, yes, I can't get that. Never
Oh,
mind.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'm just dumb. I can't read that. It's very, very hard to read that specialty card.
You never read.
I read things.
Reading the card explains the card.
I
What?
do stuff, yeah.
Well, that way you can get the win this turn.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I don't have another
You know,
card to
okay.
stop.
we'll proceed not
Yeah,
to do
let's
that.
skip all that.
All right. So Doomsday takes game 1.
My apologies there. It's so it's. I hate. It's just reading this card is difficult.
All right.
Maybe I'm old.
No, you're about to turn 33.
No, I'm not turning 33 for a few years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like when time loops.
That's 2 years. It's 2 more years before I'm going to turn 33.
2 more years.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
God, I love it that we've gotten to the age of lying about age.
I've still got to turn. I've got to turn 42, and then I'm going to turn 33.
What in the Benjamin Button are we getting up to?
I turn 69 every year.
See, it's just. Have you ever heard this? I'm sure you have. You're only as old as you feel.
I am so in my 60s.
Age is just a number, and I choose 69 because that's
Alright.
a sick number.
I'm going to remember that this does not affect Oath and not. Cards that are going to be good against that. I don't think there are a whole lot of great choices that are coming in, actually. A Mindbreak Trap. I think that's the entirety of what I'm citing in.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm. Don't think I'm missing anything there. The Leyline of the Voids are a possibility, but I don't think I have enough cards I want to bring out.
So you can throw a Mindbreak Trap in for the Gaia's Blessing in the main.
Yep, that's my current plan.
The Murktides are your backup plan, but they aren't really effective against Iona because
What? Yeah, why is it Murktide not Shieldred?
it's back and forth.
Okay.
Literally every other list is one or the other. You just got to pick your poison kind of vibe.
Well, there was a good version that had Starscream, and I mean respect there.
Do you want to explain what that is?
See, there's this secret layer for Transformers, because Hasbro owns Transformers. So now Transformers, naturally, because their vehicles are a part of Magic. And I don't even remember what it does now. But I remember all of them are not just the artwork of a card that's been, like different artwork on there. Like you got Dracula on a Baron type card. No, they're complete and own entity cards. You've got Starscream, Megatron, Soundwave. I think you got Bumblebee,
So
Optimus Prime.
To clarify, these are different Magic cards, not just functional reprints.
That is correct. These are
Okay.
their own functional absolute Magic cards, as what I've understood.
Okay.
And I think that someone just decided to put Starscream on there just to prove a point.
Is it good? I don't even
Key
know.
it up
if
so we can read it up.
All
on
right,
there.
all right.
Let's
I'll cue
get
it
the
up.
actual thing on there. I think it's forecasting cost, so it still fits the scene there. Okay.
What in the bloody hell are you? Whenever you draw a card, if you're the monarch, target
Oh, it's-
opponent loses 2
It's a
life.
monarch card.
It's also a flip card.
Oh wait.
So it's 3 and a black. It's a 2/3
Okay.
robot, a legendary artifact creature robot, with more than meets the eye, 2 and a black, which is you may cast this card converted for 2 and a black,
Okay,
which
that's
means the
flip
other
side.
side.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the original side, let's see, Starscream is a 2/3 flyer. Whenever you draw a card, if you're the monarch, target opponent loses 2 life. Whenever one or more creatures deals combat damage to you, convert it. The conversion... My god, the art on this is ridiculous.
It's the artwork is excellent for these. It's the original TV show. The 19, I think it started in 79 or in the early 80s.
So it's got living metal. As long as it's your turn, it's not just a vehicle. So the flip side, it's a vehicle that's a 2/3, but it becomes a creature on your turn.
Okay.
Then it has Flying Menace Haste, and it deals combat. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, if there is no monarch, that player becomes the monarch. Whenever you become the monarch, convert it back. So it just keeps flipping back and forth. And dealing 2 damage, and then like you draw cards after it flips,
Because you become the monarch.
and then they lose 2 life, and you're just—it's kind of like it's Shieldred's, but for. I mean, it's like the same cost. It's like a flying Shieldred that can get hit by bolt, but I don't know. Like,
It's an artifact too, right? So it's weaker.
yeah, I don't know why.
It is an artifact, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
On both sides. I don't know why this over Shield. This is just Shieldred.
I think it was to just prove a point.
Okay.
That,
I was
that
like,
slot,
Someone
those,
be a smart
those
ass.
2 slots you put in there, they're like, what do you put in there? Anything that can win the game. Just put 2 cards that you can win the game with, not Doomsday. I think that's the entire point.
oh my god. Star Trace, you're not wrong. I have purchased all the art from the new update. that took me 5 seconds.
But did you get the new Transformer sleeves? They transform while you're playing.
What?
The card backs transform from those sides, the living weapon things, you know, to their vehicles and that thing while you're playing. Apparently.
Oh,
I looked at the animation on there. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!"
guess who's gonna spend money?
I think it's like 4,000 gold for like 6 play sets of sleeves or something.
Fuck yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen,
I
chat.
was tempted. I admit.
It's gonna happen.
All right, we're on game 2 now, so you have the first choice on if you're keeping or
I will keep, and
I will keep as well.
Open with a Forbidden Orchard.
Alrighty, I will not object to that open.
Go ahead, I have effects on upkeep.
All right, I'm on my upkeep.
Go ahead and have a creature I'm recalling.
Okay, so we're starting with the good old you can't force negation my card. Right. I am going to allow that to resolve. Yep. And we'll put a little buddy out here, another 1/1. The greatest and angriest 1/1 ever is already in play. How can I lose this game?
Carry on.
All right, draw.
And so it goes.
Start this party off again. Island. Ha! No wastelanding for you. 1. Preordain.
I'll allow it.
Scry. I'm scrying in the morning. I don't like either of those. So, yes. Bottom view and random card. With that, pass turn to you. Ooh, what are we gonna
tight.
do? Oh, wait,
Nice.
I got to hit you for 1. He doesn't have
Nope, I
summon
made it on your
sickness.
upkeep.
Oh, yeah, you did. Damn it. I was right.
Got so excited.
I was so excited. I was going to get ahead in this race.
Eat a bag of dicks.
But no. It's like,
Preordain.
I do not object to your preordain. In fact, I predict you will play other cards.
But are you a top or a bottom? The preordained decides.
You know what? I've never heard anyone make any top jokes with Sensei's Divining Top.
Do you mean the card that's always a top? That's phallic shaped and always a top?
I'm just saying. Until this moment, I had not heard a single.
No, me either. But it
But
writes
now,
itself.
Now it's yeah.
I'm gonna say go.
Okay.
Has anybody done like a Sensei's Divining Top altar
Draw.
and just thrown like a dildo over the top as the altar?
No.
I feel like that should happen.
I've seen some just fun artwork changed of like people holding it, but
All right, I can see that too.
yeah. Ooh. That's a good decision here. Let's use the Mistiest Rainforest to start. Go fetch. And we're going to get one of those, everybody's favorite underground seas. This looks more like an underground cave, really. It's small. I mean, maybe it's just scale, like the actual...
Looks like where Gollum's hanging out and like
Yeah.
mouth fucking dead fish
You
and
know.
playing with the ring.
I'm invisible.
Jesus.
Let's go ahead and... Yeah, I don't know what you're up to, so...
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, it's about being sneaky. Not enough people are getting sneaky enough. So tap Underground Sea, and I will play a Dark Ritual. Any objections?
Nope.
Great. I got 3 black. I'm going to use 2 of the black and 1 of the blue. I'm going to cast a Time Walk.
Let's do that time walk again.
I'll allow it.
I'm going to use the other 2 black. I'm going to cast a Demonic 2.
I'll allow it.
Oh, sweet. Alright, this is lots of neat stuff going on. What's... This is me going, yeah, that means he doesn't have counters, right? That's how this... Is that how this works? You just
Kinda.
don't have any counters, you know. Is that how we play the game?
I kind of want to order a Starscream.
What do they cost?
$5 for a near mint foil.
What would you do with it?
You have no use for it.
I
At
would
least
put
look,
it in Doomsday to troll
look
people.
at the rest of the Transformers, just so you can see the
I want to play this one. This is Starscream Power Hungry. It's perfect. Perfection.
I'm playing a 3 split, 1 Murktide, 1 Shieldred, 1 Starscream.
Yeah.
It is legendary after all.
Yeah. Exactly.
Alright, so that was there, so we get you for 1.
19.
I passed the turn there.
Back to you. Because you cast Time Walk.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think it was resolve. Like, wait, what?
You never think it will.
Why would that
until it
resolve?
does.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, I'll start off by attacking for 1 again.
18.
I cast 18 more Time Walks, I'm set. Still just got a full grip of things, don't you?
I sure do. Well, I have 6 cards, but it's a lot.
6 cards, but yeah. Black Lotus. That's my little interesting addition.
I'll allow it.
Alright. Flooded Strand.
Sure.
Alright. Well, I guess in that case, pass the turn to you. Strange. Strange. There's a Wasteland.
Mm-hmm.
I advise that you use your Wasteland now and deny yourself the mana. No, don't tap it. Oath.
And there it is.
Go ahead.
No, I'm deciding on your Oath. We'll respond to your Oath, and I'm going to cast an Ancestral Recall and see what you do there first.
I don't care.
Draw your cards.
Draw
Beyond.
your cards. I hate you.
They'll be bad cards.
So many decisions now. Okay. So, Oath. I guess go fetching with this. Another underground. Still on that evilly Oath plan.
All the thoughts.
Yeah, there's a lot of thinking involved in this, so I think
Not if you lose.
plan to lose, man. Still in response to the Oath, I'm gonna dig through time, leaving only the Ancestral.
I'm going to Pyroblast Dig Through Time.
Like, eventually we're going to get to the point that you do not want me to cast spells. Yes, you can. You've Pyroblast that, and I will now allow that Oath to resolve.
Alright, carry on.
I think that's right. I'm a little teapot, short, stout.
One turn to go off. Watch me shout.
Not to give any of the boat away, but how many Thassa's Oracle does this thing run?
Oh, fuck.
Most lists have 2.
I think 2.
I want to make sure before I...
99% sure there's 2.
Pitch it to Force.
want to make sure I'm making the right decisions here. Oh, there's my land for the turn.
Doomsday go for the 2-0 right now? Is that where we're at?
It can't let me Oath.
Yeah, I mean, Iona Blue shuts you out.
Yep. Iona Blue is probably the end.
And if it's not, there's always Iona
Ritual?
Black to go next.
Acceptable.
Okay. Let's start the Day of Doom.
I'm going to respond to Doomsday. You get another creature.
Okay.
Veil of Summer.
Okay, we're going to have to know what on earth is Veil of Summering.
Ooh.
Draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. I have. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents control gain next turn. Blue and black. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. So, okay. So I would need to counter that stupid Veil.
Yes, you would.
That's pretty good, yeah.
That's annoying. So that's the 3rd spell on the stack right now currently. So we're
That's
gonna
the 3rd of the turn, I believe.
Yep, so we're gonna...
It's not how Mindbreak Trap works.
No, it's Fluster Storm.
I see.
I'm just deciding if that's the way to move right now. Yeah, it's my Flusterstorm.
It has been flustered.
Okay.
I'll mind break trap the Doomsday.
And now it begins.
But what card does he have on his side to Oath for? That's what I gotta think. Is this still the... Yeah, we'll go for the Force.
Resolves.
Yeah. But I do not win this turn as a result because I'm out of cards. Because, unfortunately, Doomsday does not put anything into my hand.
Oh, you're gonna lose then.
Will I?
Because I get Iona.
Okay, you do. You are running Iona. Okay.
And that's how we even it up.
Because I was like, all right, I definitely go off next turn, without any risk there. But if you have the Iona to make it so I can't cast blue spells, that would do it. I did draw a lot of land there, unfortunately.
Yeah, Black Lotus, like 3 land.
4. 4 land in play.
I'm saying Black Lotus is like 3 land on its own. You could almost cast Ugin.
Yeah, well, I could more than cast Ugin. My opening hand had Doomsday, Dark Ritual, Lotus. I'm like, this is gonna be cool.
Dude, why does that deck not run an Ugin instead of Shieldred or Murktide? Just one Ugin, go for it.
It gets countered by Force Negation and Force of Will.
Boo.
Create an enormous storm count just to fucking get your Ugin forced.
Yeah. I think that the weird card you'd want is you want something that can't be countered. Maybe Spellbreaker Behemoth? Would that be a consideration?
What about Tendrils? Do you get enough to Tendrils?
I don't think you generate enough in a single turn to guarantee Tendrils. You can get them down, probably you can get 7-8 spells off, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
You don't think you can get like 11 and 12 spells?
Not consistently. You'd have to really craft around. It is an option to sideboard that way and try to do it, but I don't think it's optimizing that slot that you would side in for an additional way to win. But I do think Spellbreaker is an interesting card to consider.
Do you think we should run some Quickens in the sideboard so we can get around Force and Negation with Doomsday?
Honestly, I like Quicken.
I know you do, that's why I'm asking. I know that's your crack.
It's an interesting card, and if I thought that the field was going to be just... the field is blue, like Shops was dead or something, I would highly consider that.
Oh, okay.
I'd also, at that point, consider there's a land that lets you cast spells as a sorcery, too.
Really?
Yeah, it's like 2 to activate, and you may cast everything as if it had flash or something.
What about, was it the old school Boseiju for Doomsday? Is that a thing?
Boseiju has to pay part of the mana, I believe, involved in what you're casting.
Yeah.
And Doomsday is triple black, so you would need someone to have out a Sphere of Resistance or something of that sort for Thalia. Thorn of Amethyst.
Kind of an interesting scenario where you're metagaming that meta.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go that far.
You don't want to go that deep?
Down the rabbit hole. No, that's just not going to happen to me. So, on to game 3. Me back on the play. I've got 7 cards. You got 7 cards. We got a party going on. I'm not going to have 7 cards. I'm sending that back.
Can Oath take it down yet again? We go to game 3. Oath having lost game 1 and taken down the first of the 2 sideboard matches.
I made a misplan. Like, I'm
really curious because I like this Iona plan off the board, and I like the Serra Emissary plan for the main. Unless, I mean, obviously, if it's a full Doomsday meta, you flip the 2. But it's, I don't know, it's intriguing because it's got a lot of ways to lock out different archetypes, and it's surprising how effective it is. I mean, like, Iona hits, that's just GG in this matchup pretty much every time, and even if
it put me on a 1-turn clock because of life loss from the halving of the Doomsday.
Right, and even if you go like the Shieldred path, 2 Ionas is still going to clock you hard enough to beat a Shieldred.
They're legendary. You only get 1.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Womp womp.
Well, we tried.
Xana read you just can't cast spells of the color, or they're countered.
Can't cast, I don't think.
Okay. Alright, so there's
none of your uncounterable nonsense.
Oof, this hand is abysmal. So you're going down to 5. We went from no lands to 5 lands. Literally 5 lands in that hand. And a Dark Ritual.
Just start with an Ancestral Recall. Not a big deal. Unmulligan.
It had a Vampiric Tutor, so I considered it, but like knowing I'm playing against Oath with a bunch of counters, the Vampiric Tutor's probably resolving. Ancestral, maybe not. just being dead on to them playing turn 2 Oath. I didn't feel like doing that.
Oh no, I just lose.
Oh man, let's at least go for a chance at winning.
Sure.
All right.
Game 3.
3, 6, 7, and we'll go down to our 5. Yes, we will choose to keep this one.
Doomsday on the heavy mole.
1, 2, 3, 4. Difficult to decide, this is. 5.
I don't know, you can always mulligan again. Make it real easy.
No, it's because I wanted to keep an extra card. I wanted 6, you know. Alright, start this party with a Tarn.
Counterspell.
No! And Mox.
Yep.
Sapphire. Tap my Sapphire. Preordain. Scry 1. Scry 2. Top, bottom.
As it should be.
Pass my turn.
Did you draw from it?
No.
You just want to go -1 after going to 5?
That's how you play Preordain. You just scry 2. It's okay.
That's why I'm here. Oh my.
Need those stinking cards.
Pass.
Before the new turn. Let's go searching now. Everybody's learning how. I know that was there because I put it on the bottom.
I guess I'll respond to your search and do my own.
Alright, in the middle of your search then.
I'll
You can. I can't. He has to resolve his first, so his land will be there first. So if he has, I don't know what's going to prevent my land coming into play, but there's probably something somewhere in Magic's history that says maybe he can play at a discontinuity right now and end the turn, so I can't finish my search for my land.
When I search, you search, just like that.
Yeah. All right, so your land is now hit. I will untap and draw. All right, let's start this off with everybody's favorite. Let's peer it in again.
Go for it.
Scry 1, scry 2.
Only scry, never draw.
Only scry, never draw. Yeah, we're gonna send them both down. Draw random. Woot. Okay. Let's try a sleight of hand.
You can jack off all day long.
Yeah, I know it's one there on the bottom.
Getting around that whole breacher like a champion.
That's the way you do it. That's how you debate. I will pass turn to you. This mold of 5 was harsh. It was very harsh.
Speaking of which, I'll waste the C and pass back.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Cripple fight. Get it.
What is this?
Necropotence.
Thank you. I've never seen that artwork in my life.
So I went a little overboard on that one.
Yeah, that one.
Adding to the list.
That is, I believe, Korean and artwork I've never seen.
Jesus Christ.
So I have no chance of recognizing this card.
Can't believe you can't read Korean, you racist.
I'll pass the
How
turn.
dare you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, the mold of 5 has put me into a bit of a ow spot. That did definitely cause a problem.
Have you tried drawing Ancestral Recall? It's really good.
What?
Oh man, he cracked me up. Alright. Ooh, speed
Go.
mana.
EOT, Ancestral. Let's get that counter out of there. Oh, no, misstep. Just to add insult to injury, it's a
Oof.
mental misstep.
Oof.
Alright, untap, draw, pass the turn.
The blowout. The misstep.
I'm not feeling this game a lot.
Wasteland pass.
Ha! Ha!
Luckily, there's no oath on the other side, so you're both kind of holding
Flusterstorm,
cards.
go ahead.
Oath wouldn't do anything yet.
Yep, there's no Forbidden Orchard to generate the token.
Ruby. Pass.
Ugh, 6
Hard
cards.
casting Force of Will.
There's hard cast Force of Will going on right there. Alright, 7 cards in my hand, go ahead.
This just got interesting. This is a vintage game going past turn 10. Wild.
This is Doomsday.
Go.
You just don't see this every day.
It's getting ridiculous. I will now enter my discard step. Do you have any effects before I discard?
I do not.
Discard a Dark Ritual, go.
Tight.
Because it's not a land. I mulled to 5 and now I've got a grip of 7. How good is this deck? What up?
It's kind of like you won mulligan.
Draw. Right. Okay. Hate everything.
But have you tried winning?
Well, it requires lands in order to try to win. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my discard step. Let's see. Let's go with.
I want you to think back to game 1 when you said that was too many lands.
It was too many.
And yet here we are.
Discard Flusterstorm. Go ahead.
Hey, we got the trifecta of duels.
It's like I could keep Flusterstorm, but
can I get my third Mox this game?
Yeah, this is just
go ahead.
Going terrible. Aha! Mox Jet. Not even a land.
Can't Wasteland that.
How do you like them apples?
Does it resolve?
It's in play.
Okay.
He's gonna allow that one. Yet I will still pass my turn.
And step on Boseiju the Jet.
That lets me go get land.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting ready for that Wasteland.
Yeah.
Or do you get the single island?
What do you think?
I think it's funny either way. But you do, you boo.
Yeah.
Maybe this deck needs a basic swamp. The fact that it doesn't have one's kind of weird to me.
It's not usually supposed to.
Yeah, this is quite a corner case.
This is a strange,
we're exploring
situation of. It's still your turn.
That's right.
Because oof.
Well, yeah. You go ahead.
Draw. All right. Enter my discard step.
Type.
I'm discarded Demonic Tutor.
I love it. I'll play another Wasteland. Go.
So the turn you play.
I'm gonna enter my discard step.
Yep.
I'm gonna discard Doomsday.
Type.
Yeah.
I'm gonna time walk.
Yeah. I'm not gonna object to that.
And since we're still on this turn, I'm gonna also Ancestral Me.
I will step that mentally.
I'll Pyroblast it.
You're Pyroblasting my mental misstep. So cruel. Okay, that how many cards you got?
5.
You know what? I'm forcing your back to the Ancestral.
Acceptable.
Okay, go ahead.
Right.
My turn again.
Now I don't have to discard on my end step. That was my motivation.
The thought crossed my mind. I was like, he's just trying to get 3 cards out of his
Strip
hand.
mine your islands. Go.
Wow. Oh, Billy.
That's actually why I cast the time walk, so I wouldn't have to start discarding.
So I'll draw, pass my turn.
Sick.
I'll have 5 cards. This is the sort of exemplary strange magic. This is how you craft a plan.
Oath.
Okay, we're now at that stage.
Go.
Draw.
Play
3, 6,
creatures.
7. Pass the turn. Whew, this is some crazy stuff here.
Forbidden Orchard for the win.
When does he get Forbidden Orchard before I get a land?
I'm gonna on my turn Boseiju that.
Into the underground sea we go.
The question is, do I choose to find or not?
It depends on if you want to use the mana on my turn. If you do,
it's like I'm gonna choose not to find. You have double wasteland. I'm just gonna use it to shuffle up.
Go. Go.
Was there a land on top?
I didn't even look.
One should never look.
I'm not a top looker. Okay, draw. Okay, how do we try and do anything here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gosh.
I believe in you. Those Boseijus coming in clutch.
Yeah, he's got full grip. That's nasty. I'll pass the turn.
Sick.
And
I don't have to discard.
I mean,
Go.
Technically, he could always draw both Ionas.
Sooner or later, I'll just cast them though. I mean, all I need is a Black Lotus and like the land.
Yeah, I'm gonna enter my discard step.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of stupid Mind Break Trap.
Sure.
Go. Because he's not going to cast 3 spells in his turn.
Misty.
I mean, there's a chance he does, but very small.
And I'm gonna say go to you.
True. Aha! Probe you. Let's see what you're doing. Let's make my decisions that way. Okay.
Well, that's a wild little thing.
Yep, that is very difficult to get around. Okay,
Triple
draw my
force,
card off a
yeah.
probe.
Yeah.
Oofta. Oofta, oofta, oofta. You can hard cast. Yeah, you can hard cast a force of negation and potentially another force of negation and still force and mind break trap.
Yes.
Wow. Alright, so we're gonna play a Scalding turn.
Okay.
And pass turn.
End step. I'm gonna first brainstorm.
Yep.
All right. Put back
See,
one.
look, Doomsday
put
is
back
taking way long to
two.
play.
And then I'm gonna Misty.
Yep.
Been so patient waiting for a fetch land.
Use your Wasteland so I have to go search so you can use both my Wastelands and take my land out. That's what you should do.
Not at all.
That's what you should do. Necrotol? What? Oofta. Now, let me give you the magic cut. I'm gonna cut a Forbidden Orchard right to the top.
I already drew one.
Oh. Oh.
Cut me another counter though. That'd be cool.
All right, there you go. Have another counter to just wreck my day.
So I mean, if you have a Forbidden Orchard, wouldn't you double
Orchard.
Wasteland? Just to lock out the mana?
He doesn't know if I have a way to kill my little dude, so it isn't the advantage there on it.
Double Wasteland. Yeah, I think at this point I do because I just get to win on my turn.
Right.
Yeah, so waste it.
Okay, even if I search, there's no way out of it because I know it's in your hand.
Yeah.
I did have Dark Rituals and Doomsday's plans. I'm like, okay, well, but your not only third but fourth free counter really wrecked my day. Yeah, the mana denial as the takedown there. Not being able to bring in an alternate win con kind of hurt. Would have enjoyed that in this matchup. That was strange, but that's where some mana denial can come in. That was Boseiju.
It's what the deck's supposed to do.
You got your basic? Whatever, strip it. Take that. Necropotence. Necropotence.
Yeah.
But the card, the art to the Korean language.
Yeah, I don't really know what Necro does, so I bought the version that doesn't tell me what it does.
It's 3 black and you no longer draw cards.
Oh no,
And
I
whenever
know
your card goes to your graveyard, you exile it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you pay life and dump them into your hand. But
Not
you
into your
can't-
hand.
Not in your hand, no.
Into exile.
Into exile.
And
And then
then-
end of your turn, you discard your hand and get those cards.
No, you don't discard your hand. You just get them.
You just get them, okay.
See, even between you two, disparity.
Yeah, but I knew it.
Point being, that's why I got the version I did, to make sure that I could do whatever I wanted.
So that I can tell you that things work wrong.
Exactly.
Alright, so there's the first 2 that came up on there. A mighty, mighty tussle. We'll be now moving on to some, it's called Jeskai Xerox.
Yep, good old Jeskai Xerox.
And I do have a companion. I have a Lurrus.
A LaRue.
A Lurrus.
LaRue.
It's still Lurrus.
It's still LaRue. LaRue, Le French, LaRue.
You just determined that cat nightmare is French.
Yes. In what other country would it be anything else?
Oh, you know.
Could be Russian.
Yeah. It's got some-
Like in Neverending Tale when they're like trying to get away from all the Russian cats with their fucking big Russian cat hats.
Or this could be in Spain. Everyone saw what was
Guillermo
Guillermo del Toro's movie with the
Guillermo.
fawn.
What about Guillermo?
The movie with the fawn and the
Labyrinth.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
did-
the kind of trippy stuff you'd see in there.
I did not see that one.
Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah, that was it.
I did not see that one sober.
I was gonna say you were probably scared for several days afterwards.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah. I don't do horror well.
Now you're just
There's
scared
a
'cause
really
they were speaking
there's
Spanish.
a really
and
great
racist.
scene in it where the guy slits his reflection's throat. It's kind of neat. He just drags his straight razor.
Alrighty then. Glad I didn't see it.
Well, no, it doesn't do it. It's just, it's symbolism. It's artistic.
Look at this murder. It's symbolic.
It's not murder.
It's symbolic of him chopping his own penis off. Which is what he was actually doing.
Oh my. Alrighty, so Jeskai Xerox first Rug Oath. Rug Oath moving to 2-0 over Doomsday.
Rug Oath is losing game 1s, but winning games 2 and 3.
Yep.
That is what's happened to both.
And welcome in Cancer and Twitch. Is Tezzerator still a thing in Vintage? Haven't played MTG in about 10 years. I haven't seen Tezzerator in a minute. Have you?
I have seen a Tezzerator list within the last like 6 months, but I think it's regarded as in the tier 2s just because it's so hard to go off on that combo when there's everything easier to do it with.
Gotcha.
It suffers from the same weaknesses, but it does still exist. But I haven't seen if Brothers War gave it anything to bring it back up.
So I'm gonna mull this but once again, if I'd scouted, this is a hand I would keep because it's against some decks it's a turn 1 Oath, which is just gonna win. Like shops or the graveyard stuff, this just wins.
Yeah, it's a pretty strong hand
Because it's got the force to get their 1 removal piece.
So what's the point in mulling it?
I don't know what opponent's playing.
Wouldn't you in a vacuum go for Oath turn 1 though? Isn't that the point of the deck?
Not with Emissary in hand.
Gotcha.
And no, it's not. It's probably easier to think of the deck as like a mid-range control deck, and Oath is just like your 2-mana win condition.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Because the game, like, you can roll the dice and just go for it, but if it doesn't work, you just fucking lose.
Yeah, Oath does have that problem.
Well, it's that problem if you misplay. You just gotta be patient.
Gotcha.
Like all those turns in that last game, if you hadn't just sat there, any turn, if I just gone ahead and cast those early ones when I was drawing cards, at one point I had the ability to cast Doomsday, and if you countered it, another Doomsday, and if you countered it, and counter your counter back with another counter back up. Like I was stacked and ready. We wouldn't cast any spells.
Right.
All you were just doing is destroying my lands. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get an opportunity to do any of this.
What I like about this potential matchup is you have two decks that are pretty big on mid-range / control, and a lot of focus on mana denial in both decks. As we saw a little bit yesterday when we were messing around with Cephalid Breakfast versus Jeskai Xerox, like the mana denial portion of Jeskai Xerox is it's quite something when it gets going.
All right, this I'll keep. Oh, we gotta roll.
Nope, yep. Rolling with my home.
It's pretty high.
9. Higher. Nope, I'm still on 7s.
Either way, Cancer and Twitch, welcome in.
Welcome via common. Come on. Ooh, oh, that's good. I don't object to either of those. Uh-oh.
No, I'm gonna see some more from your deck. Go ahead.
All right. You're not ancestral on map keep now. What up? Okay, so let's get this party started with bang and taxing probe you. I want to know what I'm playing against. All right, there's that ancestral. Wasteland, Preordain, and Minsk and Boo. Okay, I'm gonna draw my card for my probe. That's nasty.
When I Minsk, you boo, just like that.
Go ahead and flop down a Ruby because you've got one. I have a Wasteland though. That just makes everything horrible.
I love that both decks have 4 Wastelands. They both have to kind of play around it. It's fascinating.
Play Volcanic Island.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you have, so I guess I just go Arcanist.
I'm gonna respond.
Okay, and here goes. Ancestral in response.
Correct.
Hand of Basic Island. Oh. Throw down. I'll let the Ancestral resolve.
No shit.
No shiznit.
Okie dokie.
1, 2, 3. My Dreadhorde living through it?
Yeah, it resolves.
Yes. Alright. Dreadhorde Arcanist is gonna get me a Gataxian Probe again next turn, is what I'm thinking. Just utilize that graveyard properly.
There is that.
Misty?
Yep.
Crack it.
Or do you just draw an Oath in those 3? Is that what we're looking on? Luckily this deck has a few ways to kill Oaths, so that's good.
Actually, Actually, my biggest point of curiosity is if Oath goes off game 1, we see a Serra Emissary come into play. What gets named? That's the curious point for me.
Narset?
Narsty.
Oh, baby. That is mean.
So nasty.
That'll resolve.
Oof.
Oh, man.
Oof.
Dreadhorde, you just got a lot less cool.
Why aren't you a 3-1
Activate.
Dreadhorde?
All
Why do you have to be a 1-3 Dreadhorde?
right,
Why?
what are you getting off your Narset? Narset, swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion. It's a Narwhal song, you know.
Yep.
But okay, we know we got Minsk and Boo coming on next turn. We got Narset locking me out of just drawing some good cards. That's harsh. Getting a mental misstep. It's just mean, man. Just plain mean.
Also a very strong play against
Carry
Jeskai
on.
Xerox.
Yeah, obscenely strong. All right, I go.
Yep.
Untap. Draw our drawings. Okay, let's get this. You have 2 unknown cards in your hand?
2 unknown cards.
A lot of decision points here.
I believe in you. You can do the thing.
This is how cool I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna attack with Dreadhorde, cast a Taxing Probe.
Okay. Draw nothing and look at my
I draw
hand.
nothing, but I get to look at your hand.
Are you attacking me or Narset?
Narset. I gotta knock that down. I gotta kill that stupid thing. This deck tries to draw cards. Okay, so now I know what I'm playing against. Mental Misstep and a bunch of lands. You got Minsk and Boo just chilling up there.
I do.
Okay.
A little scurry.
It's a little bit
Got you scared now.
a little bit scary. Play my land.
Do it.
I'm gonna walk with time. Let's just do it this way. Drop. All right. I want to keep you off Minsk and Boo, so let's remove that one for a turn. Put another Dreadhorde in. Get Narset for 1 more. And we'll pass the turn.
Dreadhorde aggro going.
Dreadhorde aggro. That's the game plan right now.
Imagine if that was a 3-1.
Preordained.
Yep. But I can start playing in silly engine games next turn.
Or can you?
Well, we'll see. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Untappity, drawdy. Alright, so you have 2 unknowns again. I'm out of taxing probes. That's tough.
Have you tried playing 2 Gitaxi?
Gee, I don't need your lip. Misty Rainforest. 17. Question is, which dual land is most effective here?
Tundra.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. The classic.
Tundra. It's so nice because it looks kind of like Hoth.
Just take an old black border Tundra and like draw Hoth stuff on it.
I've done that. Well, it was on revised ones now. I didn't draw on black border ones. Back in the good old days, dual lands were like $10.
When dual lands were real.
Just draw a
And
shitty
affordable.
ad on there.
Yeah, like every Savannah, everyone drew stuff on their Savannahs. That was just a given. There's no reason not to do that. So, it's whenever it attacks, that's good. We'll kickstart the party with a Ponder. Would you like to misstep it?
No, I have a Narset, so you go ahead.
Oh yeah, I gotta kill. No, sorry, I forgot. I just announced like I've got to kill this thing first. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, hey, one at you, one at Narset.
Oh, there it is.
Cast my Ponder. Now you can go ahead and do your misstep.
I don't care. You can have a Ponder.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Put them back in this order and draw a card. Boop. I'm done. Because I played my Tundra. This is the Dodge, the Minsk and Boo match. That's the game plan here.
Truly.
There's an oath. There's an oath. That's nasty.
Is that resolving?
That is resolving.
Holy shit, yo.
Yeah, there's
no oath like home.
I know what I'm drawing here. So I can try spells again. So, I have several options here, and the question is, I think I'm going to end up losing this.
That sounds like less of a question.
Several questions here. Brainstorm, start.
Acceptable.
2, 3. Oh, now there's a force of will in my cards. Now, stuff. All right. Well, So I think this is just how I have to do it, which is really the most awful thing ever. Throw those 2 back. Let's see if it's right. Yeah, throw those 2 back. Yeah. So attack with 2 Dread Hordes. Trigger. No, because I have to declare my target when they trigger, right? I always forget how this works out. You make it, yeah, I'd have to target first. So I'm just gonna have to. Man, this is horrible. I'll path my own guy.
What?
I'll path to exile my guy, attack with the other one, and path myself.
I'm gonna counter the second path.
And then I'm gonna mentally set that.
Oh shit, I should play around that. Oh well. Yep.
There's my game plan.
That was fine. That was
Negate.
fine.
I don't outright lose now. Your turn. This is one of the most fascinating.
It's been a long time since I saw somebody swords their own creatures.
I swords
twice.
my own to trigger my own so it could cast it again to kill itself. That's important.
And somebody was counting.
Ran in 6.
Oh, dearie me, oh my. That's.
Do I get to have that?
I will counter it.
I
Or
love
I'll
it.
try to.
Yeah.
But now Minsk and Boo is live, and so I'm on top deck mode.
Go ahead.
Why did none of these decks I'm playing have like answers to where's the Brazen Bardors in all of these? I haven't seen a single list that has it. Alright, I'll pass the turn.
And step, you get a guy.
Yep. Boop.
And then my turn, let's get to Oath. And
Yep, go ahead.
I feel like when people oath, we should play the Oscar music and slowly just turn it up.
Or you could do the old Jeopardy.
There we go.
blessing.
There's the blessing trigger. Alright. There's the Serra. Alright, what are we picking for the Serra?
Instant.
Correctamundo. This deck does not have an out to that.
So we're done?
Yep.
Yep.
There's no outs in this deck to that card.
And Rug Oath takes game 1 on the back of an Emissary yet again. Emissary really pulling its weight here.
I think I keep it in, actually.
It's better than Iona in this
Yeah.
matchup. Once you name instant, there's very little recourse, if any.
I could have put Lurrus into my hand and just, been like, haha! I'm gonna cast this and you're not gonna...
Emissary number 2, creature.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's harsh. The Narset just turned my entire game plan from like, oh, this is just busty to I can't even cast my spells. It was just a handful of draw cards. So, against Oath, cards that we want. Maybe a Surgical Extraction, maybe a couple of Soul Guide Lanterns. Pyroblast seemed good. Das is Das.
March.
No. Yep, that would definitely be an in. Alright.
I think I have a prismatic ending if you want.
The ending's it's
Well, it's a sorcery, so it gets
yeah.
around.
So at least you can at least kill Oath, which Because there's no way you're getting 7 sources of mana in there to be able to kill the Serra Emissary.
Not with that fucking... not with that attitude. What is it oath into now? So Cancer and Twitch, it oaths into Serra Emissary. You want to pull the card out real quick?
Yep.
Darth Camgentace. So Serra Emissary locks out a specific card type. In this instance, it just locks out instants. And that's most of the Jeskai Xerox list, so there isn't much to be done about it. Finally comes into focus upside down, but...
You're upside down on
Australia. Y'all can't read upside down?
Yeah, right about there.
Visit Australia. Learn the upside down.
And that is what the primary targets for Oath are for Game 1. Game 2, you can go into the Iona plan, which locks out particular colors instead of card types. In this instance, you really just want to lock out the card types, because once you lock out... I think it's just instance does it, because once Swords is off the table, so is most of the Jeskai Xerox deck.
Yep. And all of its actual answers.
Yeah.
I think Serra Emissary is just... This deck has 2, possibly, I think it's 3 altogether ways of dealing with an enchantment in play, which is pretty normal for a lot of the format, but rather annoying because it's low. And it's also fairly soft to those Planeswalkers that I know his deck is chock full of.
Yeah, Serra Emissary really pulls some heavy duty on this matchup, and it does in a lot of matchups. It's kind of astounding how decent it is in this format. I didn't think the format... I guess it makes sense, though. It's Vintage, right? People are going to have plans that don't necessarily account for getting locked out. They expect to see counters, not hard locks, like prison styles. And you can see that from the fact that most people are prepped for, like, Mishra Workshop decks and how to deal with the prison variants from that, but they aren't really ready for a creature version of it, because Hate Bears occasionally surfaces. As Darth Zero said, that 5-0 list for the white initiative deck, that's kind of proof that Serra Emissary can work too.
But Serra Emissary would not stop the initiative deck.
Really?
Yep. Because initiative cycles through a dungeon very quickly, and one of the dungeon settings on there is opponent loses 5 life.
So really what it needs is Iona to lock out white entirely. And you get a fast Iona to get there? Is that the idea?
If you can get an Iona down before they have enough board presence to be able to swing and kill you. Yeah,
is that better than Emissary, though? Because Emissary on creatures also going to lock out creatures to a degree now.
That just locks out the creatures dealing damage. They can still freely attack or block or have their triggers and gain life.
Well, they're not going to block shit.
Yeah. Or sorry, not block, but they're going to... It doesn't lock them out. The better one is the Iona, I think, because...
It might be one of those times where you play both.
I could see that as well, like one of each, because circumstantially, they're not going to kill your things. We've got that probably.
So Cancer on Twitch here says it seems better than the Pro-Gen / Tide Sprout. That's the last build.
Oh!
That's an old school build, yeah. It's a good one.
What's that one?
Go for it.
Progenitus is the 10/10 protection from everything.
All right, yeah.
Hydra craziness. And the Sprout decks just create a token.
Mm-hmm.
But I did remember, now, the Serra Emissary is a correct choice. You wouldn't choose Iona, just in case they already have in play one of those Palace guy that...
Palace Jailer or whatever the hell?
Yeah, which could potentially get rid of an Iona if it was already in play. It exiles a creature.
Yeah.
And I think there's a way to flicker.
And Cancer on Twitch, and just for reference, don't worry if you feel a little bit behind, because Wizards keeps printing these commander cards that I've never fucking seen that I have to somehow learn about because they're in Vintage now, and I just straight up have to relearn pieces of the format that I didn't understand were this way.
Well, Commander did give us the Monarch!
It also gave us Starscream, so I guess we can't be too hateful.
Actually, that was a secret lair.
Of course it was. One of 55 secret layers.
One of 55 in the last 2 months.
Jesus Christ, Wizards.
Oh no, wait, that wasn't a secret layer. I think that was the some super promo thing that preceded secret layers, where they literally only had so many copies, so people would crash the Hasbro server trying to buy them.
Oof.
Because their resale value was believed to be very good.
And now they're $5.
Yeah, but what does Optimus Prime cost?
I bet it costs 2.
Probably.
I'm betting that all of those cards. Megatron might be cool. No one cares. Soundwave will be expensive because everyone likes that card. that character. That
Optimus Prime, 250.
Ah!
Yes. Let's see what Soundwave.
Soundwave?
Yeah.
Alright.
Soundwave is a crowd favorite amongst Transformers.
Let's get the cool one. Sonic Spy.
Yeah, he more expensive.
$20.
Yep, because I bet people want to play that in Commander, because I believe it summons up his various tape deck creatures. Ravage, Frenzy, Rumble, and Rat Rat.
I don't know, this artwork's hard to deal with. It's so... oh, God, trying to read text on top of that is not happening. I'm old.
Yeah, get the original
old.
artwork, then you can read it.
I'm old and I don't care.
I will keep this open again. This is valuable for me.
I've already mulled. I'm gonna decide whether I'm mulling again.
Okay.
On the draw, I'll try this. It's pretty mediocre, but I'm not super confident about going to 5.
Swifty Misty.
Swifty 5.
Fetching. Quite fetching.
So fetching indeed.
Oh, you that fetching.
Oh, you've got lands built for Legacy. Nicely done, Cancer and Twitch. It's actually a really fun deck. I've had some fun with that back in the day, but it's been a minute since I played Legacy. About 15 years now. Was that when TCG was paying me to write crappy Legacy articles for some reason?
I don't know on that one.
So
I'm not going to claim any
I was
more of that.
so bad at
Lotus
it.
Resolve?
I can't believe they paid me. It was a terrible set of articles.
Pop Lotus for triple blue because I can, and play a Dreadhorde. Resolve.
Yep.
The old turn 1 Dreadhordes.
In that case, I'll pass the turn.
Oh, that was a Lotus Petal.
Well, it was going to be Lotus Petal plus doing things, but you didn't cast anything, so, you know.
So there is exactly one Lotus Petal
Misty.
in that deck. I'm not entirely sure I like it, but it did some stuff there, I guess.
No, it was Black Lotus used as Lotus Petal.
Oh.
That was Black Lotus, used as Lotus Petal.
Okay, sorry.
I'm not saying that I had the mana backup so I could cast things like Flusterstorm on Force of Will, but that didn't occur because the card can just resolve.
Alright, fine. Have a 1/3.
He angers when he's like, whatever, Lotus and Arsa.
I mean, that'd be pretty fucking funny.
That would be a little bit nasty.
Do it.
Do it.
Alright, Oath turn 1. Going with the safe play of Island off the fetch.
That was a Mole 2/6.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Oop, okay. No Oath turn 1. I will allow Preordain. That's allowable.
But not a single Arcanist to flash it back on that side.
I've got to cast spells. And as everyone can tell, I clearly do not have any in my opening hand because I had 2 blue mana I didn't use.
You should try using your mana. It's pretty cool.
Well, I wanted to use it. It was unfortunately not viable to be used.
And so it goes.
Carry on.
Carry on my wayward arms. Okay, draw. Oh, he's just the angriest little Arcanist ever.
18.
Yep. Land go. The angriest little Arcanist.
A little bit.
He's like as bad as the spirit tokens right now.
Snoop
Right.
the boop.
Boop the snoot.
Snoop the boop.
Snoop. It's like, are you? I get this
that
imagery
boop.
of like trimming Brussels sprouts or something.
Yeah,
It's a really strange.
accurate. That is what snooping the boot means. Trimming a Brussels sprout.
I know. There's got to be something like filthy to use that for. Trimming the Brussels sprout.
Attack Fade.
Dak. Ah. Yeah, Dak resolve.
Tight.
I'm down with Dak.
Down with the Dackness.
When I dack, you dack.
Drawing 2.
You don't want to target me?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I will huck out. I'm going to say these 2 lands I don't want. Go ahead.
Admiral Hugs? Hugs? For Hugs? I'm not even gonna go and try and get basic lands. You don't have Wasteland. You'd only have Wasteland if I'd had spells to cast. That's how that works. See, but I didn't cast any spells.
Patient.
So you didn't have
I'm
it.
patient.
Draw.
Time to Ancestral twice.
That would be really sweet if I could do that. Unfortunately, that is not the way that things work.
Time to Flusterstorm twice.
Alright, so this is a cast effect. We'll play a Blue to Delta. And we'll dash in my little buddy Ragavan there.
Ragavan.
My little buddy Ragavan, and the Dreadhorde Canvas will attack that wonderful Dak Faden. I will not get the trigger from that because it has to deal damage to a player.
Tight. All right,
I'm just trying to
Dak down to 1.
Yeah, I'm just dacking him down.
Dacking off. Yep.
Yep. Just plan to kill your stupid Dak. That's the plan. Resource denial, because if you can't craft your hand perfectly, I might draw a spell that draws cards for me.
I'll draw 2. Choose some to discard.
Which, as it's clear again, I did not draw a card that draws me cards again, because Dreadhorde Canvas did nothing again. I had mana.
I'm not really feeling either one of those. I'll let them go.
Yeah, those are not too stellar right now. There's a Wasteland. Uh-oh. 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 We're in trouble.
Prudent?
That'll resolve. Something come along and it burst my bubble. Hey, yeah. That is a song used in the Power Rangers movie. One of them.
Oath.
One of the early ones. The big early one. Oath!
Oath, no.
Oh. This is not the plan I was looking for. You have 3 cards in hand?
Yes.
Have you tried countering it?
That would be nice if I draw on cards that counter things, too.
Tight.
Unfortunately,
What
no.
on earth
So that's
did you
down?
keep?
So, yep. Oath of Resolve. I'll go get a... Well, I guess there's no point in getting
Right,
a
I'm
land
gonna fucking nail this right now.
Go fetch. Who cares? Who
Exactly.
cares? Whatever we got, we share. If there's a chance to be somebody, da-la-di-da. Man, this is not how I want to have to do things. You have another Wasteland, that's the question.
I think you're forgetting that if you just dash Ragavan twice, you'll hit Serra's Emissary both times and win the game.
That would be a good move if I could just roll that.
That wouldn't do it, actually. I mean, for one, I have other win conditions. But aside from that, I also brought in Emrakul.
I'm gonna get Emrakul too. We'll dash 3 times, and I'm gonna cast the Emrakul. That's my plan. My whole plan, and nothing but the plan.
So help me, Ragavan.
Yep. Now you're getting it. Alrighty. So our game plan now becomes more of that fun stuff. Dash in Rags. Send Rags at Dak and Dreadhorde Arcanist at you to recast nothing again.
16, owie.
I'm going to path my Dreadhorde Arcanist. Return to my hand.
I love it.
Go ahead.
Gangsta.
Gangsta walk.
Swords to Plowshare is always correct.
You don't get white mana anymore.
That's okay. You just, if you're not activating Oath, I'm okay with not having that. I was really hoping you were just going to be like, fine, Oko, you're going to have a creature just in a second. You had 3 mana. You had the basic lands and the Ruby. You know. Yep. Ren 6.
I'm gonna pull back a Wasteland.
Okay.
Go.
It's beginning to look a lot like fuck this.
Taxi and probe you for fun.
It's a Misty and a Wasteland.
Alright, so it's just down to Misty Wastelands. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh! Okay. So, how do we get out of this?
Dash 2 Ragavans.
Yeah, you can't do that, unfortunately. So
believe
I
in
have
that.
no way out of this because I'm Wasteland locked.
Cancer on Twitch, yes. Still uses Forbidden Orchard for Oath. Absolutely.
Yep.
That's the enabling factor.
Alright, Oath 2-0 here.
Yeah.
Those are the most useless Dreadhorde Arcanists ever. They successfully, in 2 games, killed themselves with Swords to Plowshares. That's all. That's the entirety of what both.
That is what they did, yeah.
That is all that occurred with those. That is really the worst. I did not imagine that I would draw nothing. Like, I'm like, yeah, sure, destroy my lands. I'm just going to keep playing lands. I got this down.
So Rug Oath takes it 2-0 over Jeskai Xerox and moves to 3-0 against the Gauntlets. Looking strong. Looking strong.
I did draw a removal for Oath that turn after you destroy my white source, though. Just so you know, that was when I drew.
What'd you get?
Oh, I drew the. I'll find it again here real quick, so I say the right card name. Something that's not the other one. One of those things is not like the other. Prismatic Ending.
Ah.
Which I would have been able to successfully destroy the Oath, but...
Are you happy that I took out one prismatic ending for the 3rd swords in the main?
No, that's such a terrible idea. I mean, I probably wouldn't run more than 1 swords in the main of this.
I'm very happy.
So, across the games, like I only kept one swords in the second game. So I'm like, that's all I need there. Naturally, it's in my opener. Got to sideboard out those other bad ones.
Swords, your own creatures.
Yep.
Keeping it spicy. Keeping it spicy. Alrighty.
Oh man. Right.
We have time for one more?
Yeah, we can slide in that one. What time are we at right now?
7:42.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get this in.
Tinker time?
Yep, it's Tinker time.
Tinker time.
It's Tinker time.
Now this is a classic matchup, and actually where we started when we started playing Vintage. God, how long ago? About a year ago now.
Yeah.
This was literally the matchup was Oath versus Tinker. It was a different build of Oath and a different build of Tinker, but that is how it all started a year ago.
Yeah, that's when we were just net decking and not doing our own designs.
God, that was still
Trying
a
to
lot
figure
of
it
fun,
out.
though.
All right, I'll take the play on this one. And to be more clear, this is the Grixis Tinker, so it has the awesomeness of Hull Breach. Did you put a Wheel of Fortune in this or not?
Yes.
Yes.
There is one. There's 4 Hull Breachers and an opposition agent. There are no other creatures.
Sweet.
There might be a Sphinx. It might be in the board. I can't remember. There's one somewhere in the 75, but I
Maybe.
straight up don't. I don't know where it ended up. I had to modify like 8 lists, dude. I don't remember where they all ended up. Clearly, the Xerox list needs some work.
Yeah. Okay. The Xerox list just needs a little bit of work. 4, 7.
I think you're right. It needs March of Otherworldly Light.
All right. This is a keepable hand for me, so I will keep it.
I'm keeping.
All right. Let's open this party with a Mox Pearl.
Mox Pearl.
Mox Pearl, Urza Saga.
There's a Saga.
That's quite the combo of cards there. It's just effective. We're gonna top.
No.
My top is getting countered. Okay, then I will pass the turn.
Why does Mox have a die on it?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just feeling special.
It's a special dice.
What's happening here, boys?
It's representing that it's 1 Mox. 1 Mox. Only 1. Hey, you're doing that too.
Go ahead.
Alright, untap. Go to. Roar. Roar. Now I'm gonna cast Time Bolt.
You have a Time Vault.
No, I do. Okay, then I'm gonna pass the turn.
And just like that. Strip Mine to take out Urza Saga, preventing the easy Manifold Key combo.
Yep. I'm just gonna skip my turn. Go ahead.
Oh, I get another one in a row?
Yep.
Tight.
It's kind of an interesting trick to deal with Wasteland in a way, isn't it?
What?
Potentially.
Skipping turns, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't think what they have is there, and you don't have to make plays on your turn, you can get an extra turn in there to try and make plans around. And that's my current thought, because I gambled heavy on this hand with Urza Saga that it wouldn't get Wastelanded, so that was on the play.
It didn't get Wastelanded.
Well, yeah, I got Strip Mine. That was my entire plan, because
Attack Faden.
yeah, this game's over. So anyway, that was game 1. My opening hand was Hull Breacher, Dig Through Time, the Yawgmoth Spell I drew, and Ancestral Recall was the plan. Yep. And it was like, I've got the turn 3 win built into it. So if it doesn't get Wastelanded, it's over.
So Rugoth takes a Tinker takes a somewhat precarious start, gets a few counters, a few Strip Mine and a counter, and falls apart. Sounds about right. And we move on to the boarded games, which should be interesting. There are a lot of cards that can come in on either side, and I don't know that there's a lockout scenario against Tinker.
You know, like a lot of the decks, this deck I don't think has any answers to Tinker whatsoever, or not Tinker, to Oath. It's going to try and win a different way. Alright.
Yeah, Tinker mostly just tries to ignore what the other person's doing until it wins. Which he can do. And it's pretty damn good at it, honestly.
Get rid of these silly opposition agent. That is not where I want to be right now. Definitely don't want to be there. I'm really back and forth on whether to keep the Hull Breachers or not against Oath. And I'm thinking that I just don't on the play.
What's the reasoning on the line, I guess?
They're a creature.
End of reasoning. Okay.
That pretty much covers the entire logic behind it. I don't think I'm gonna end up siding them all out, but I do think I'll side a couple because I believe this runs 4 Hull Breachers and 1 opposition agent. The opposition agent's right out. There's not enough search effects against Oath to make that viable versus just being play it. Hope you don't have Oath because I don't have an answer to it. Abrade is another card that's questionable, though he does have a few artifacts. Unfortunately, does not hit Planeswalkers. So, yeah, we're gonna end up keeping at least 1 Hull Breacher. Cards that we don't need. Tabernacle's not good. Alpine Moon is not gonna hit it. Flusterstorm's a maybe. Pithing Needle is way up there as a card I'm gonna pick because I can play that on Wasteland. So I'll probably bring in Pithing Needle. Pyroblast are very viable. Lightning Bolt is potentially viable because of Planeswalkers. Hurkyl's Recalls don't need. Leyline of the Voids. Maybe if I didn't have other cards to move in and out. Sphinx is Steel Wind. Maybe by Force is not making it. So right now I've got 4 in, 4 out type of thinking.
Sure. Why the Abrade out?
I can destroy against Oath. All I can destroy is artifacts.
Gotcha.
It doesn't hit Planeswalkers, and it can't kill anything of the creatures Oath is going to go look for. So that doesn't feel like it's going to be terribly much of an advantage. Whereas the Hull Breachers, along with Narset, I can still do my nasty Wheel of Fortune or Time Twister tricks.
Sure. Sure.
The Pithing Needle being the exciting card, because I will definitely search it up with an Urza Saga and name Wasteland. Except that I'll just have my Wasteland, or my Urza Saga Wasteland before I do that.
So, Darth Camgentace, when we're looking at the Cyber you're bringing out 2 Emissaries and in 1 Emrakul, 1 Iona, what's the reasoning on the Iona? The Emrakul makes a lot of sense.
Better than Emissary.
Gotcha. Gotcha. What are you usually naming on color in your mind?
Probably blue.
Okay.
In a vacuum, blue.
Sure.
Yep. And this deck, like many others before it, is also soft to Iona. In fact, I don't think the deck has an answer at all.
Doesn't need one.
Softer to Emrakul, though.
Yeah, softer to Emrakul. I'm just meaning that most of these decks seem to have these massive soft spots for cards that can be answered with cards that might be worthwhile to play for games 2 and 3, not in the main.
We have a request from Star Trace to hear the tale of the Pro Tour with the one-eyed scarecrow and the lack of reading.
That wasn't a Pro Tour.
Wasn't it a Pro Tour?
No, that was not at a Pro Tour.
No. That was a truck stop. And, it wasn't a scarecrow with one eye. It was a lot lizard.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that was one of the cash events, and it was the plan for the top 8.
Okay. Which Pro Tour did you not read a card?
Oh, which Pro Tour did I not record? That was a few Pro Tours. The big one, Perfect. The big one that hit me was the Grand Prix. So I didn't finish my day 1 undefeated because I didn't know what. I think it might have been Menace did.
All right, I think I've been gradually
man.
pulling this my way.
I think so. There we go. Just get a little bit. But yeah,
Aggressively oathing it on over.
there was some ability that was like fear but not fear.
Oh, okay. God, I know what you mean. It wasn't fear. I don't think it was menace. It was something else.
It wasn't menace.
No, it like came and went really quick.
Yes,
and they never put it back into circulation.
And this is why I don't know it, because the story, long and the short is, we're on camera playing off who's going to be the person in the Grand Prix going into day 2 undefeated, and the opponent swung the first time with it, just I think thinking that they're going to, I'll trade with the guy I can block with. I didn't realize that I could even block and let it through. And even apparently the people watching announcers are like, shuffling his hand. Did he just realize, does his opponent not know that he could block, or is this a strategy? I don't know. His hand's pretty strong, and it was nuts. All I just do is block there, and there's no way that he can possibly win the game because of the rest of the cards I have. Unfortunately, no.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I still.
How do I know it can block if it doesn't say it can block?
Yeah. I didn't.
Hey, what up, Picey PJs? How we doing?
I still qualified for the Pro Tour on that Grand Prix, despite that terrible.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
But
Yeah. These are the moments that you think about though as you get older. At least that's how it's always been for me. There are certain moments that stand out.
all right, 3, 6, 7. Yeah, it's a keepable hand on the play. Just go all out, just because I hate you. Yeah. We're gonna Ursa Saga.
Sure.
We're gonna Python Needle. Do you have the mental misstep again? Yes.
Name what you want.
No, it's Sensei's Divining Top.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead. I'm gonna get Pithing Needle if you don't have the Wasteland
I see.
to name it out. That's my plan.
I see.
That's.
And you
Till we
done?
top, till we don't
Yeah.
stop.
I've
Fuck
got
your land go.
Yep.
How does it always go that way? Goddamn Wastelands.
Look, my thought process as well. I'll play my Polluted Delta.
Sure.
I will pass to you, but I will have an effect on your upkeep.
Alright, it's upkeep.
I'll fetch out, and I'm going to Ancestral.
Sure.
But what do you fetch?
Oh, I know what I fetch.
Something that's about to get wastelanded.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be another Wasteland, which is entirely possible. Make sure I pick the right card. Okay.
Under the sea.
I mean, it is. There's the chance of that. It's just, again... But I might draw my Pithing Needle in this pile. Okay.
What's the
Proceed
point
your
of
draw.
top if you're just going to draw all three? Jesus.
Is that not how you play top? I thought that was how top.
Sounds like you're topping like a bottom.
I thought that was how top was supposed to be played. Okay. Alright then. We'll go ahead and play a Mox Ruby. It's the
Ruby.
rubiest Mox. We're going to play a Black Lotus.
Whatever.
Okay, that's Mox Ruby and a Black Lotus. And then we're going to... Let's just give this a little swirly bird twirl. Yeah. Ponder?
Yeah.
1, 2,
That looks
3
kind of
cards.
groovy.
Alright, which of these cards do we like or not like?
It's all the spice, ICPJs. All the spice. It's funny what you can get when you don't buy the 30th anniversary proxies.
Yeah, we're just gonna take the shuffle.
Take it.
I don't really want any of those cards at this point in the
Take
game.
it all.
There was a Tolarian Academy in there and a Flooded Strand. I'm like, yeah.
When is Tolarian Academy even good? I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, really. why play cards that generate mana? Draw my card for the punter. All right. And you wasted, so I already played my land. That is not it? No, I fetched. Yeah, I fetched. So I can play a land. There
It's
we go.
not a Tolarian Academy.
Scalding Tarn. The Tarnia Scald.
Just because you can hardcast Force Will.
Yep. Fetch again. Yep.
Oh my.
Volcanic Island. We're doing all the fun stuffs. Black Lotus, Yawgmoth's Will.
That's gonna be a no from me, dog.
You're anti Yawgmoth's Will? Okay, I can accept that.
2 for 2 with that Black Lotus getting sacked.
I will pass the turn.
End step.
There's sometimes, where it's like, well, let's just draw 6 cards or something. Yeah, if I'd waited a turn, then I could have put the Ursa Saga back in play. That's what I should have done.
Yeah, probably.
Or not. Because that would also have not been good. Now, the Saga would be fun to put in play if he hadn't already played 2 Wastelands.
Just one.
Just one? Oh, wait, you were telling me the other one's in hand. You were just like...
No, I was
You were
hoping to draw one.
like trying to taunt me into
Exactly.
psych me out of stuff. It's okay.
Go ahead.
For the turn, I'm gonna top. What do we got going on top of this library? Ooh. Yeah, we'll put him back like that. That's cool. Untap. Draw. Another one of those here. Woot woot. What's everybody doing? Narset. That's what we're gonna try here and see what you say about that.
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Force of will? Or force of negation, pitching force of will. To avoid the 1 point. Alright, then I will pass the turn to you.
Ow.
Yep. I am Henry the 8th, I am Henry the 8th, I am 1, 2, 3, 4. I am Henry the 8th, I am. That's how the song goes, just repeats that over and over and over again.
Sounds about right.
I saw someone do that at an Oktoberfest. There's karaoke.
Oh yeah.
But it was the kind of karaoke that's the impromptu where there's no monitor to sing off of. It's just, people go up and sing stuff. Usually it's, Margaritaville, things like that. They just play. But this guy went up, just like, I don't need any music. Just starts singing that. He got like 10 minutes of it before it was like, does this ever stop? People just didn't realize, no, it does not stop at any point.
How many cards you got?
I have 3 cards. I'm going to respond to your Narset on top. Or wait, I already know what's on top, don't I? So if I'm responding to Narset on top, ooh.
2 cards left. Do you go for it?
Yeah, I know, that's the question.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Yeah, we're going to put this on top and get this one and respond with Vampire Tutor. Or not Vampire Tutor, I know it's top on there. But I want with Vampire Tutor. Crap. I just realized, I can't do that.
Well, we'll eventually get to the lines.
Yep. Go, yeah, Narset will resolve.
Tight.
Screw it.
Narset, show me the money.
Yeah. I'm the Narset deck, so his resolves. That's the way to do it. I don't think that I'm supposed to play decks with counter spells, because I don't seem to draw them too often. Or other cards that do things. I am consistently...
Found me one to keep.
I am consistently drawing lots of lands. They just usually get killed.
Did you Vampiric Tutor or no?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I thought about it, and I'm like, I think I want the top more at this point, which is really sad.
What came off the Narset?
Oh, it's preordained.
Okay.
Nice little preordain. The daintiest preor.
This is the dankest art for preordain, by far.
We'll put this divining top back in the fold of things.
In case you ever wanted to have some fun with substances. Preordain.
And we'll pass turn.
I love it.
We're just all the spells attempting to try things. Oh, wait. Come on, Narset. Come on. Go down to 1. Yep. Go down to 1, Narset. You need to die to things. I'm gonna gut shot it.
1 down.
It's a card I haven't heard in a very long time. Maybe that goes in Dredge. 3 gut shots. You know what? I'm adding it to the list.
No.
I'm adding it to the list.
You're not gonna put it in any
You can't
deck.
stop me. I'm doing
You're not
it.
gonna put it in any.
Stop me.
Narset down to 1.
Yes, Narset down to 1 is good.
Oh god, I don't know what to choose. It's probably this.
Oh no, that's not what I want to hear.
It's gonna be Force of Negation.
Force of Negation.
But I am choosing not that.
Interesting.
It's not that good right now.
Yeah, the Force of Negation is the right choice.
And then I've got a land drop to make. Trifecta, baby. Go ahead.
Vampiric Tutor?
Whatevs.
You should crack the Delta right after.
You're funny. You're very funny.
Top first and then crack the Delta.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
Let me get the full steps on. That's the way to do it.
Actually, after you Vampiric Tutor, will you top and throw a third from the top?
And then crack the
Let's
crack the Delta.
Wow, this is just getting wonderfully convoluted.
and actually with that on the stack, activate the top so that it goes back in the library.
Wait.
Oh, even better, yeah.
Yeah, let's just keep going down this rabbit hole of insanity. Okay. So there's my card that I put on top. Now I could top it this turn. probably a good move. I'm going to one to look at the other cards beneath it.
Put it on the third.
No, I'm not going to put it on the third. I am going to exchange it for the card because I can do that because I haven't drawn a card with Narset yet this turn.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm going to kill Narset.
Are you now?
Well, I'm going to see if your force negation will be used to kill my Narset. Okay.
To kill your bolt. Yeah. There's that hard cast negate.
Yep.
And we've decided to draw the Sensei's Divining Top.
Yep. Well, now because my counter was countered, so you know, got to do better things now. Hey, look, more land.
Tight.
I'm really good at doing that. You know, play the top out again. Last turn.
Game 2 grinding through. Rug Oath up 1 game. And here comes another walker.
Dak Faden.
One of the better ones in this matchup.
Oof.
Is that legit?
Yep. Take my top. That's what you should target.
Definitely not that. It's not even worth taking the marks. I guess I'll just crank it up.
Target me.
Nah. Oh, Jesus, really? I have to...
He's just taunting me.
I have
This
to...
is merciless.
Wow.
Decisions.
I know.
The tree continues.
I had some really terrible draws. Shit.
Okay, I'm discarding Force
damn.
of Will and Forbidden Orchard.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, T. I will top. Yeah, because I don't like these cards anymore because they don't impress me.
Much.
So we're gonna fetch because you've just changed the board state to oh shoot, Dak Faden if he gets ultimate is relevant. Doesn't he draw a bunch of cards?
Yes.
No, it's you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more permanents, gain control of those permanents.
Oh. Okay, so his ult is not enough.
His ult does not exist in this deck.
Okay.
Interesting. I don't know, it's kind of fun to pyroblast and gain control of it before you kill it.
Yeah, you could do that. Alright, let's try topping again. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. We got plans, we got thoughts, we got ideas.
I can almost lose in style.
Shush.
Wait, can Pyroblast target things that aren't blue?
Correct, it can target anything.
Oh, yeah.
It can target literally anything.
Okay, so never mind, Dak Faden is super live on the ult.
Alright, so... I'll pound that down like...
Learn a little something new every day you play Vintage. That's what I like about this format.
Yep. That down like that. I guess I could do this the really cool way and activate this for 1, and with that trigger on the stack, I'll pop the top. So then I can just look at them again and move this top out of the way.
Are you,
Are you doing this on my turn?
Yeah, this is still your... Oh, yeah, because I haven't drawn.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, there's a reason for this. It makes sense. This is still end of your turn.
Gotcha.
Pyroblast in our set. Fine.
We did it! We did it!
We did it!
Fine.
Only took
Dead now!
Only took everything.
Draw for my turn. Time walk.
Okay.
Remember when Narset was unrestricted
Twister.
in Vintage?
Pyroblast.
You did. Oh. Oh, I was so sure you were out of counters. I was so sure. Oh man, look at that. That's 3 force negation, 2 force of wills are already done. Okay, so this is I just go into my next turn now.
To be fair, the Force of Will was discarded, which is almost an indicator there's something left.
I really thought that he just had to hold down. There's not a great indicator on that because I can still win through like a lot of crap. All right, so I know what was there, so I put that down. Like,
That ain't bad.
Yep. So I also know my next card.
I believe in you.
No, it's top because I ordered them. My plan was to pull off the time walk into time twister and just get the game going from there.
I'll crank this up.
Yeah, sure.
Cranking up instead of down.
And the Boseiju. Is that an optional search or not?
Nay.
Nay, okay. Ooh.
Interesting.
Because I know top's on top, so it's at least a useful card for me.
But is it going to get you where you need to go?
I think it might get me more than a basic land does. Or just a land.
Are you sure? You're not too far off of hard casting Bull's Citadel.
I'm way far off.
Double black off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can get one off of that Urza
No,
Saga.
definitely not. I'm skipping that. Top.
Yeah.
Go. Or I guess you're out of cards, right?
I'm out of cards.
Okay, so let's at least use a top and see if I want to flip it back. Maybe I've got a broken card in hand.
Tinker, come on. Come on, Tinker.
All right.
Nope. It was the top into completely useless cards.
Attack on 6.
Sure.
Go ahead.
That's game. I already know what's here. So I draw my card for my turn. I guess I could look at the 3 again. Oh, what's up? I draw the card for turn. Activate top. Let's look at what we got here. Right. So let's see. I can put that on top. Brainstorm to get the card that I know it's on top anyway. To Gitaxian Probe you. Draw 2, and activate that on the stack so I can top to get 1 card deeper, which gets me Mental Misstep, which does not let me deal with you giving me a Forbidden Orchard token. Beep, 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 beep. Womp, womp.
2-0.
Yep. There was so much topping into lands.
And with that, Rug Oath goes 2-0 over Grixis Tinker and undefeated at 4-0 through the Gauntlet. Quite a showing. Quite a showing on Rug Oath's part. Any shifts at the end of that Darth Camgentace?
No. I guess want to emphasize that this is not a go for it combo deck. You've got to be patient and take your time because it's about creating sort of an inevitable circumstance.
Sounds about right. Any thoughts on the other end there, Darth Zero? You played 4 different decks. None of it quite panned out, but any thoughts about it?
I don't think that any of these decks I played. Well, no. One of the decks I played, the Hogaak Vine. That one's built in a way that I wouldn't make any changes for this. That's fine.
Oh, that's right. I only brought in one of those.
But I think the rest of the decks are seriously missing some cards that they need to have, like some diversity of threats, not just to deal with Oath's ability to play Serra, Emissary, or Iona and lock out. But I mean, there aren't even many enchantments answers in there to like a Thalion turn 2 in these decks, and these decks all are just, oh shoot, Thalion kind of beats me.
You're beginning to see why those mono-white initiative decks seem to be doing so well.
And I'm just looking at them and going, why are people not running answers in these decks that we pulled?
I think the simple answer is that Vintage doesn't see as much play as a lot of other formats, and it doesn't move as quickly, so people haven't updated. You know what I mean? Like there's a general barrier of entry, even on Moto, that's still not cheap to play Vintage on Moto.
Yeah, Moto versus live cards has their own metagames. The live card metagame always has fewer Moxen.
Okay.
You can go to any Vintage tournament. Not everybody has all the pieces. Not everybody can just be like, yeah, 5 Moxes and a Lotus.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, regardless, that's going to be all from the Dark Stream tonight. We're going to raid out to Morgan Kyle. If you haven't checked him out, get ready.
You're fucking about to.
Yeah, get ready. Strong Italian streamer, friend of the Rebellion, friend of the Dark Stream. And we're running right over that way right about now.
Spicy Sicilian.